Here's the truth. The first 30 seconds decide whether YouTube keeps recommending your video or buries it. Watch this. On your screen, a counter ticks from 0 to 30 seconds, and the message stays simple and bold. Master the first 30 seconds to skyrocket retention. That isn't just hype. YouTube is basically checking fast if viewers are sticking around. Now here's the counterpoint. On average, viewers drop roughly half their attention within the first minute. 1 minute. That's it. So your opening can't be, "Hi, everyone," and a quick apology. It has to interrupt the scroll. It has to say something specific fast. When you nail the pattern interrupt, early retention can jump by about 20 to 25%. And that matters because every second you earn early gives the video more chances to get pushed out to new people. So cut the fluff. No generic intros, no dead air. Every word earns its place. Next, we're going to get one level deeper, what retention actually means and how those first-second choices turn into what YouTube shows next. Now, here's the foundation you need to understand. Retention is how much of your video people actually watch. It's measured as a percentage of the total runtime. So if someone watches half the video, your retention for that viewer is 50%. Think of it like two videos competing for the same audience. On the left, you've got a high retention video. Viewers keep watching, so your chart stays higher for longer. On the right, you've got a low retention video. Viewers drop off, so the curve falls fast. Here's what that means for discovery. YouTube treats higher retention as a top-ranking signal. Prepublish.ai calls it the strongest signal in the recommendation system. Tube Analytics also explains why. When more people watch longer, you generate more watch time, more signals, and better suggestions. So even small gains matter. If you lift retention a little, the algorithm sees more people stayed, and that usually turns into more impressions and more watch time in suggested results. And the benchmarks are brutal. Long-form average retention is about 24%. That means most videos don't keep people very long, but hitting 40 to 60%, that's outstanding. It's not just a bit better, it's a completely different level of performance, and YouTube starts pushing it further. Quick on-screen stats, retention, kind of percentage watched. Tube Analytics. Retention is a top-ranking signal. Prepublish.ai, long-form averages around 24%, 40 to 60 is outstanding, ready to shark. So if you want more reach, you don't start with fancy ideas, you start with keeping people watching. And the next piece is the exact place where most videos either win retention or lose it. Now here's the part most creators underestimate. The first 30 seconds decide whether YouTube will keep showing your video or bury it. The algorithm isn't waiting for you to get into it. It watches what happens immediately, right away, and it uses that early behavior to judge if the viewer got what they came for. Think of your retention like a cliff with two sections. From 0 to 15 seconds, the drop is usually the steepest. That's where people instantly decide, is this worth my time? Then from 15 to 30 seconds, you either recover momentum or it keeps sliding. When viewers feel the payoff is missing, you'll see another noticeable dip in that second window. So what actually keeps people watching in those first minutes? Not a friendly intro, not a long setup. You need an immediate, specific reason to stay. Use a clear claim. For example, in the next 10 minutes, I'll show you the exact edit that stops most drop-offs. Notice what that does. It tells them what they'll get, and it sets an expectation fast. Or use a number or a straight promise. Most videos waste the first minute. I'll show you the fix that raises early retention. And if your audience likes directness, go with a high-stakes question. Why are you getting views but not watch time? What are you doing wrong in the first moments? Here's what to avoid, because it kills the first 30 seconds every time. Generic intros like, "Hey guys," long apologies, or any setup that doesn't deliver value immediately. If you're still warming up, viewers are already leaving. Bottom line, a strong pattern interrupting something specific that grabs attention can lift early retention by as much as 20 to 25%. Next, I'll show you how to construct openings you can use right away so your first words earn the click and the watch All right, now let's build hooks that actually perform. Not, hey guys, not let's get started. You want a clear promise fast within the first 5 to 15 seconds. Here are 3 hook templates you can copy and fill in today. Template A is simple and specific. In 60 seconds, you'll learn X that most creators miss about Y. Example. In 60 seconds, you'll learn the one opening pattern most creators miss for long form retention. See the difference? It tells me what I'll get, how fast, and what problem it solves. Template B hits with a surprise outcome. Most creators miss Z. Here's the fix. Example. Most creators miss the reason their first minute feels slow. Here's the fix you can plug in right away. This works because it makes the viewer feel, okay, I want to know what I'm missing. Template C is the high stakes question. Are you still dealing with the problem? And do you know the real reason it keeps happening? Example, are your views dropping right after the intro, and do you know what to change to stop it? That's a direct match to what people worry about, so they stay to get the answer. Now let's do a quick rewrite. Weak intro first. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, I'm going to talk about video retention tips. That's polite, but it doesn't tell me anything I care about. Stronger, hook first version. If your retention dies early, it's not your topic, it's the first sentence. Use this hook formula to keep people watching. Same topic, totally different result. Pick one template. Fill in the blanks with your real audience problem, then make the payoff concrete. Next, you'll learn how to hit the viewer again mid-video, so the watch time keeps climbing, not just at the start. Good. Now we build momentum after that first hit of attention. Here's the retention trick most videos miss. Add 2 re-engagement beats at key moments. Think of them like quick wake-up taps for your viewer. First, place a beat around 25 to 30% into the video, not 10 minutes later, not at the end, right when the viewer might start drifting. Use a simple reminder that tells them clearly what they're going to get. For example, drop a quick payoff like this. By the end, you'll have a proven framework you can apply today. That one line matters because it reconnects effort to reward. The viewer thinks, oh, this is still worth my time. And when people stay, YouTube sees stronger watch time. Second, add another beat around 60 to 65%. By then, people often start asking, is this going anywhere? So you answer fast. Again, use a short reminder or a micro summary of what they have earned so far. Keep it tight, keep it confident, no long speeches. Now let's talk pacing. Pacing isn't about sounding fancy. It's about changing the rhythm so the brain doesn't get bored. Use short sentences, then follow with brisk cuts. Then, only sometimes, slow down for one longer sentence when something needs explanation. Here's the important part. Pacing variation tends to predict retention better than vocabulary choice. If your pacing stays flat, viewers feel it, even if the words are good. Also, cut tangents and filler. Every extra detour is like charging rent for attention. If the viewer didn't ask for it, it doesn't belong. So for a 10-minute video, your on-screen beats should look like this. Around minute 2.5 to 3, show your first payoff reminder. Then around minute 6 to 6.5, bring in your second re-engagement beat. Get those 2 moments right, and you reduce the chance that people disappear in the middle. Next, we'll use a simple retention graph to pinpoint exactly where viewers drop, so you can fix the right moment, not guess. Now let's stop guessing. YouTube gives you a diagnostic tool, the audience retention graph, often shown as an engagement heat map. Here's how to read it. At the very start, the graph sits near 100%. That just means viewers are there in that moment. Then it drops as soon as people start leaving. The shape tells the truth. A smooth slide usually means okay, not perfect, but holding. A sharp cliff, that's a specific problem that's costing you watch time. Look for 2 things. First, where the drop happens. If you see a dip around the same timestamp across multiple videos, it's not random. It's a recurring issue. Like the topic shift is too fast, the pacing drifts, or the editing lets dead air sneak in. Second, where the spikes happen, a sudden jump usually means you hit something viewers actually wanted. That's your signal to reinforce that exact moment again. Repeat the idea, tighten the lead in, or make it the start of the next section. Let's say you notice a consistent drop at about the midpoint of your videos. That tells you viewers checked out right when the content started to change. Maybe you went off on a tangent, or you moved to the next subtopic before the last one fully landed, or maybe your explanation got slower right there. Either way, the graph points directly at the fix. And remember this part, higher average view duration doesn't just feel good. It helps YouTube decide your video is worth more recommendations. More recommendations means more purchases, more signups, more chances to convert. So when you review your retention curve, treat it like a map. Fewer drops, longer stretches of engagement. And the next step is simple. Use the drop timestamps to decide what to adjust, what to tighten, what to cut, and what to restructure so viewers stay with you. Once you've found the drop-offs, the next move is structural. And no, you don't need a longer video, you need the right length. Here's the rule of thumb. If your retention keeps falling after a certain point, it usually means the video outgrew the topic. So tighten it or split it into parts. Think of it like packaging. If you try to fit too much into one box, people stop opening it halfway. Now, use chapters and on-screen cues. This isn't just for organized creators, it helps real viewers. If someone is already interested, they want the part that solves their problem. Chapters let engaged people jump ahead instead of scrolling away. Even if they don't click, the cues signal, this video has what I need right here. That alone can reduce the feeling of wandering. Next, aggressive editing. Trim the stuff that doesn't add value. Before you might hear, okay, so quick background first. And anyway, what we're going to do is after it sounds like do this. Open the settings. Then turn on the option. That's the whole fix. Cut the silences. Remove the false starts. Delete the filler phrases like just, basically, the rest, and as you can see, when they're only buying time, those extra seconds don't feel long to you while you're recording, but to the viewer, they feel like drag. And here's the link to topic fit test. Ask one question. Does this topic need a quick win or a deep walkthrough? If it's a quick win, don't stretch it into a 20-minute story. Try 2 versions in your draft plan. One tight version around 5 minutes, one expanded version that goes 15 to 20 minutes, then compare retention. If the longer one gets worse, that's your proof the topic didn't earn the extra time. When retention improves, total watch time climbs, and YouTube has a reason to show your video to more people. So don't guess. Structure it, chapter it, cut it tighter than you think you should. And when you do, you'll start seeing the retention curves respond. And you're going to want to watch closely as that turns into a clear before and after result next. Now let's make this real with a quick case you can visualize. Imagine a channel that was getting about 22% average retention. That means most people were tapping out pretty early. The video still got views, but YouTube didn't have a strong reason to keep pushing it because viewers weren't sticking around. So the creator made 4 targeted changes. First, they rewrote the hook so it promised one clear payoff. Not a generic hello, not a today will cover everything. It's just a specific reason to stay. Second, they added a mid-video re-engagement beat. Around the moment the drop usually starts, they reminded viewers what they'd get next in plain words. It's like a quick signal that says, don't leave yet, the good part is coming. Third, they trimmed dead air, tiny gaps, repeated lines, and slow thinking pauses were removed. Not because it sounds fancy, because those moments make the viewer's brain wander. Fourth, they shifted pacing. They tightened the flow so scenes change more often, and they used shorter lines right after longer ones. That keeps attention from leveling off. After the edits, average retention jumped to about 41%. That's not a small tweak. That's a totally different viewing experience. Picture the retention curve. It starts at 100%, then falls. With the old version, the curve drops faster and spends more time at lower levels. With the new version, the curve stays higher for longer. Viewers keep watching, and the leaving point moves later. And here's the compounding effect. When retention improves, the video earns more watch time per viewer. That boosts distribution because YouTube can trust the audience will stay. More people get shown the video. Some of those viewers subscribe. Then the channel grows and the next video starts with more momentum. So the question becomes, how do you find the right hook, the right reminder beat, and the exact trim points without guessing? That's where the automation comes in next. Now you could try to guess all of that by hand, or you can use a tool that treats retention like a system, not up on a vibe. That's exactly what GapTube.ai does. It's an analytics-driven retention optimization engine that keeps your video moving by testing what actually changes viewer behavior. Not just your title, not just your thumbnail. It focuses on the stuff that hits retention fastest. Your hook, your mid-video beats, and even your edit choices. Here's the simple part. It looks at where people drop off, then helps you tighten the moments that matter most. So your first seconds aren't good enough, your re-engagement isn't random, and your pacing doesn't drift into dead air. The proof is the results. GapTube.ai has helped creators generate over 200 million total views, grow thousands of subscribers, and reach monetization level watch time. Plus, we're talking about 4,000 plus hours. And if you want to try it without risk, there's a limited time offer, lifetime free access. Just use the code GapTubeVAP at sign up. So instead of guessing what your audience will stay for, you let the data show you what to fix first and what to test next.